Hi there guys, it's me Tom from Dolphin Dive Productions, and this is another door opening of our gaming advent calendar. But wait, what is that strange, sweet, hypnotic music in the background? It's stirring old memories deep within my soul. Nah, you get it. Oh yeah, it's Worms' original soundtrack in the background. And we are talking about one of my all-time favourite series. Unfortunately, like I said before, we can't talk about all the games from that series, so I'd have to talk about an individual game from the Worms series that really means a lot to me. And although the original Worms was absolutely brilliant, and actually for me it holds special significance because it's one of the first games I ever played when I was young. One of the first games I ever played as a person, as a being, as an actual human being. It was one of the first games that I'd actually picked up and played on PlayStation 1 with my cousin and with my brother on the laptop. However, it is not the original Worms I'm talking about. It is going to be my all-time favourite Worms, Worms Armageddon, the one after Team 17's original work with Worms. It's now Worms Armageddon we're talking about, where the graphics became more cartoony, they opened up entire new worlds, and just made it a lot better. It's the same sort of scenario that with Time Splitters 1 to Time Splitters 2. There was such a jump in the technology and the way that people made games. There was such a big jump from the first one to the second one that it became really noticeable, and it instantly became a fan favourite, because the Worms original had a lot of fans anyway, had a nice big cult following. And then Worms Armageddon burst onto the scene with these brand new explosive weapons, Holy Hand Grenade, Super Sheep, Aqua Sheep, Concrete Donkey, all manner of lovely things to kill your worms with. And it was that free openness where you could choose any tactic you want. If you were a noob, you could use the homing missile or the airstrike. If you were a Worms purist, you still had the bazooka, you still had your shotgun, you still had your grenades that required skill to use. It's just the backgrounds changed, you had different environments to put your worms in, and there came a greater customization as well with your worms, which is something that the original one I think could have done, I think did really well anyway, where you could change your names and keep track of how many worms you killed. But in Worms Armageddon, they took that a little bit further. You could customise your headgear, you could customise your voice of your worm, you could go for a Cockney geezer, or you could go for an Italian or Spanish, all these manner of dialects and languages that added your own personality onto the worms and made them feel a little bit more personal. And yet it made it feel a little bit worse when one of them died. You always had a favourite worm. I mean, in the background now you can hear the Worms Armageddon theme tune. My favourite one from Worms Armageddon is Team 17, Dodger, Fluff, Body Bee, Ginger, Smidge, Smudge. Those are my 5 favourite worms that I always took into combat. And if you wanted to customise your name, you could. If you wanted to customise what special weapon they unlocked, you could. If you wanted to customise, let's say, the hats, you can. Your voice, and even your gravestone. When your worm dies and runs out of points, you leave behind a gravestone to signify where that worm died. You could have a roving eye, you could have all manner of things, a Union Jack, a concrete worm statue, all sorts of really cool things that just made the game even more playable, even more replayable than the original Worms. And the fact as well that you could customise what weapons were available in the map. So if you and your buddy were playing one-on-one, you wanted to limit to just sidearms like your handgun or your bow and arrow or grenades or bazookas, whatever, then you could do that. You could also change what appears on the map. You can change how many crates, what the frequency of crates appear, if it's going to be weapons crates or utility crates, like utility crates, your ninja ropes, your blowtorches, stuff like that, girders, and your weapons crates are obviously where you get the chance of having the special weapon like the Super Sheep. But it was all that manner of customization that made Worms Armageddon such a good game, such a big jump from the original work Team 17 Worms in 1995, I think it was. Worms Armageddon was 1999, and it was just such a massive jump in technology, made the game so that much better, which is why it's always going to hold a place in my heart. When I find it on Steam, I am going to buy it again and hopefully do a series on it, because there is a campaign mode in the Worms which tests your worm skills to the limit, from ninja ropes to accuracy to all sorts of things. So hopefully I'll be able to bring you some gameplays, some of you guys some gameplay of that. Of course, there are other Worms games as well if you want to check out other Worms. You've got Worms Forts on PlayStation 2, you've got Worms 3D on PlayStation 2, and for your next generation gamers, you've got your Worms Battlegrounds as well, which is the newest instalment, and there is a game on Wii as well. So guys, get out there, choose your worms, fight your battles, and guys, good luck. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's Advent Calendar game, and on to our YouTuber of the day. YouTuber of the day is he's an awesome bloke. Basically, it's the way I'm going to start him off, and that's Solidarity Gaming. Jimmy, congratulations I'm going to start off by saying a massive shout out to Jimmy for reaching 1,000 subscribers. Now I know to a lot of you, 1,000 subscribers doesn't sound like a lot, but to a small YouTube channel, 1,000's a massive, massive milestone. And congratulations, you deserve every little bit of success you've got at the moment, and I hope it continues for you, buddy. You've done extremely well. You're an entertaining and brilliant YouTuber, and I hope it carries on for a long time. Now, Jimmy's channel has a lot for everyone. It started off, me personally, I loved his indie gaming. One of my all-time favourite videos, I keep going back to watch it, is this goat pet or petting zoo simulator or goat petting simulator, and Jimmy puts his own unique twist on it, his own unique humour, and it makes it into a very entertaining video. Unbelievable, I know, from a goat petting simulator, but guys, this is the sort of guy we're talking about. He's absolutely brilliant at finding new ways to make existing games and finding new games engaging for your viewers and engaging for himself as well, and just having a good time. That's an underlining feature of his channel. He is just having a fucking good time, and you can hear the way it comes across in his commentaries, the way it comes across when he talks about his subscribers, when he does his vlogs, when he talks back, when he gives something back to his subscribers that are doing him so much. You can see how much and hear how much it means to him, which is why I'm so happy to be able to give him this shout out. As along with every other shout out video I do, the link to all his social media is in the description below, and a link to his YouTube page will be able to be clicked on at the bottom of this video all the way through this shout out. This is all about him. If you're going to throw it, like I say a lot, if you're going to throw a sub away, I recommend you throw it in Jimmy's direction. You are not going to regret it. Like, I'm very lucky to be in a group of people on Twitter where I can talk to these guys and just get some advice, and they are genuinely the nicest people on YouTube. They're absolutely amazing. And the best thing about Jimmy, I think, is that he recognises his roots. He recognises his early subscriber base to be indie gaming and that sort of, like, you know, less mainstream sort of gaming. And although his Minecraft series, which we're going to go on to in a couple of seconds, is uber popular, compared to the amount of subscribers he gets, the views he gets on those videos just give you an indication of where this guy is going to go. The only way is up for this guy. I cannot wait to see what it becomes in the future. But he hasn't forgotten his subscribers that have got him here. He knows that the first 100, 200 or so were there primarily for indie gaming. Now, he's carried on a theme of indie gaming all the way through his channel. He's got content on the go all the time, and I sincerely hope, Jimmy, this is a plea from me, because I was with you from the very early stage of your YouTube channel. I love your indie gaming. I think although your Minecraft series is absolutely brilliant for reasons we're going to go into in a second, indie gaming, I think, is where you really see who you are as a person, who you are as a character, and that's where you really pick up on your passion, on your enthusiasm. So I only hope that you will continue that all the way through. I'm sure you will. But that's just a little request from me, if you will, to carry on at indie games. I cannot wait to see what you unearth next, which is one of the best things about your channel. You never know what's going to come up with Jimmy. But his Minecraft series, one of his most popular series at the moment, is That's Magic. I don't know how, Jimmy, don't shout at me, but for some reason this has slipped me by. I'm not sure how in watching your content. I've watched your Area 31, I've watched your Jimmy the Noob Survival series, and I've watched a couple of videos of you and Snake Doctor. Snake Doctor's a friend of Jimmy's. He does Minecraft videos as well in his own YouTube channel, but he's good friends with Jimmy and they get on really well, and it's a really good combination. But somehow, Jimmy, I've missed your Magic series, so I'm going to jump on the Jimmy bandwagon when this video ends. I'm going to start checking out that series. I'm going to see what all the fuss is about. Guys, 1,000 subscribers and he's rating in 13,000 views a video. This guy is going to go big. Jimmy, thank you so much for letting me do this. All the gameplay in the background he's given me permission for to use to show you guys what he's about, who he is, and what he does. So guys, go check him out. That's Solidarity Gaming. Please let him know that I sent you there. Let him know that the video is sending him some love.
And guys, that's all from me. Take care. Goodbye.